9 things that are no longer worth your money. Have you ever checked your bank account at the end of the month and wondered where all your money went? You didn't splurge on luxury, just groceries, a few dinners out, maybe a gadget or two. Yet somehow, your balance keeps shrinking and you can't explain why. The truth is, most of what we spend today isn't worth a dime anymore. Prices have exploded, quality has dropped, and we've been tricked into trading our hard-earned money for things that don't add real value to our lives. But here's the thing. Wealthy people see this differently. They know what's still worth paying for, and what's quietly draining your future wealth. In this video, we'll break down the modern traps designed to keep you broke, and how to escape them like the rich do. Because building wealth isn't about earning more, it's about learning what not to buy. Stay until the end, because once you see these 9 things clearly, you'll never waste your money the same way again. 1. The everyday expense that isn't small anymore. Once upon a time, grabbing a quick bite was the budget-friendly choice. A burger, fries, and a drink barely dented your wallet. It was convenience without guilt. But look around now. Fast food isn't fast or cheap anymore. That same combo meal, once a $5 treat, now runs you $15 or even $20. Add another person and suddenly your quick lunch is creeping toward $40 for something you'll forget an hour later. Restaurants? Even worse. 2 people, 1 appetizer, maybe a drink or 2, and before you know it, the bill lands at a clean $100, all for food that disappears faster than your paycheck refills. What's truly alarming isn't the price itself, but how normal it feels. We've been conditioned to accept it, to tap our cards without thinking, to equate convenience with necessity. Somewhere along the way, we stopped questioning value. We justify it. It's just dinner. It's just a small treat. I deserve it. But a dozen of those small expenses turn into hundreds each month and thousands every year. That's not just lifestyle inflation. That's silent financial decay. The wealth-minded see this differently. They understand that money leaks aren't found in big mistakes, they're hidden in daily habits. It's not about deprivation, it's about awareness. When every swipe feels harmless, that's when your future starts slipping through your fingers. The $100 dinner isn't just food. It's the stock you didn't invest in, the savings you didn't build, the opportunity you quietly traded away for an hour of taste. And the scary part? We keep doing it because everyone else does. But following normal spending today means following the crowd straight into debt tomorrow. The truth is, the rich stopped paying for convenience a long time ago, because they realized something most people haven't yet understood. They know what truly deserves their money and what doesn't. And that brings us to the next point, the illusion of quality that keeps us buying things that were never built to last. 2. The status symbol on 4 wheels. There's a certain magic in that new car smell, isn't there? The sleek paint, the spotless interior, the sense of pride when you hold the keys to something that still shines under the dealership lights. For many, it's not just a vehicle. It's a symbol. A quiet way of saying, I've made it. But here's the truth most people don't want to face. The moment you drive that car off the lot, you lose about 20% of its value instantly. Not next year, not after the first oil change. Instantly. That $40,000 car, it's now worth $32,000 before you even hit your driveway. Yet every year, millions keep buying new cars. Not because their old one stopped working, but because they're chasing that feeling. The feeling of being seen, admired, and respected. Society taught us that success has a logo, and it comes with leather seats and touchscreens. But the wealthy don't see cars that way. To them, a car is a tool, not a trophy. It's something that gets you from point A to point B safely, not something that silently bleeds your finances month after month. Buying used isn't about being cheap, it's about being smart. A reliable used car does 95% of what a brand new one does, without crushing your bank account. It's a decision rooted in discipline, not deprivation. The rich understand that every dollar not wasted on instant gratification becomes a seed for future freedom. Because the real flex isn't driving a car that impresses strangers. It's having the financial peace to never worry about the payment behind it. And that's the part most people miss. What looks like luxury on the outside often hides quiet debt underneath. And that same illusion doesn't stop with cars. It shows up every time we open our closets too. The next financial trap isn't parked in the driveway. It's hanging right there in our wardrobe, disguised as style. 3. Logo over value. Somewhere along the way, clothing stopped being about comfort and started being about confirmation. Confirmation that we matter, that we belong, that we're seen. You can walk into any store and find 2 shirts made from the same cotton, stitched in the same factory, but one costs $10 and the other $200. What changed? Not the quality, the logo. That tiny symbol on the chest has become a silent badge of status, and for many, it's worth paying 10 times more just to feel different. But here's the irony. People aren't buying clothes anymore. They're buying validation. The brand becomes the message. I'm successful, I'm relevant, I'm enough. Luxury fashion has turned into a currency for self-worth, traded daily across social media feeds and street corners. Yet behind every look-rich purchase lies a quieter cost: your financial stability. Every dollar spent chasing status is a dollar that could have been compounding, working quietly in your favor. The rich understand this deeply. They know that true confidence doesn't come from what's printed on your chest, but from the balance you've built in your account. Because wealth doesn't shout, it whispers. The loudest spender in the room is rarely the richest. Real wealth is silent, disciplined, and often dressed in simplicity. The rich don't wear logos to prove anything. They let time, freedom, and choice speak for them. And that's where the modern illusion deepens. Even those who escape the trap of branded clothing often fall into the next. Spending not on things, but on experiences that promise meaning, but deliver emptiness just the same. Because the same psychology that drives us to chase designer labels now drives us to chase the next unforgettable trip, convincing us that fulfillment can be bought, one ticket at a time. 4. The vacation trap. Travel has become the modern badge of success. The world tells us that happiness is found on the next flight, the next island, the next escape. And to be fair, there's beauty in seeing new places, in collecting memories instead of things. But what happens when those memories come with a mountain of credit card debt? Many people swipe their cards for trips they can't truly afford, chasing sunsets and validation in equal measure. They return with photos that sparkle online and bills that haunt them offline. The smiles in the pictures fade, but the payments remain. That's the quiet trap of modern travel. We've been sold the idea that adventure equals freedom, but real freedom isn't bought with borrowed money. It's not about how many stamps are in your passport, it's about how calm you feel when you open your bank app. Real wealth is built from peace of mind, not from once-in-a-lifetime trips you spend years paying off. The wealthy understand this distinction well. They travel when it aligns with purpose or rest, not pressure. For them, travel isn't an escape from reality. It's an extension of it, supported by financial stability. Because what's the point of seeing the world if you're chained to debt the moment you return home? The truth is, experiences are priceless only when they don't cost your future. A debt-free sunset is always more beautiful than one you're still paying interest on. And while many people think their money problems end when the vacation does, the truth is, the leaks continue right at home. Subscription after subscription, upgrade after upgrade, the quiet monthly charges that slowly drain your wealth without you noticing. That's the next trap, the convenience economy, where comfort becomes the costliest habit of all. 5. The subscription snare. We live in the age of subscriptions, the quiet financial leak disguised as convenience. Netflix, Disney+, Hulu, Prime, Apple TV, HBO, Spotify, gym memberships, all of them promise entertainment, fitness, or a better lifestyle for just a few dollars a month. It feels harmless, a small monthly charge. But add them up and suddenly you're paying $80, $100, sometimes more. That's nearly $1,000 a year. Gone, often without notice. The problem isn't that these services exist, it's that they've trained us to forget. Autopay makes it effortless to lose track, and before long, you're funding half a dozen subscriptions you barely touch. You use one or two regularly, but the rest, they quietly drain your account every month like background noise. This is financial death by 1,000 cuts. Slow, painless at first, but devastating over time. The rich don't let convenience turn into complacency. They understand that money flows toward awareness, not autopilot. Every dollar you control is a seed. Every dollar you ignore is a leak. Canceling a few unused subscriptions might not make you rich overnight, but it's how you build the discipline that keeps you rich later. Because wealth isn't lost in one bad decision. It's lost in hundreds of small ones you didn't even notice. And here's the irony. Technology, the very thing that promised to simplify our lives, has made overspending even easier. One tap, one click, one facial scan, and another charge appears. What used to take effort now takes seconds, and that's exactly how money slips away from the distracted. Which leads us to the next trap, the tech illusion. The belief that upgrading your gadgets means upgrading your life. But in reality, every new release is just another way to sell you the same function in a shinier box. And the cost of keeping up is quietly holding you back. 6. The Gadget Obsession. We're living in an upgrade culture, one that constantly whispers, "You're falling behind." Every year, a new phone, a new laptop, a new smartwatch. The old one still works perfectly, but somehow it feels outdated, less worthy. That's not a coincidence. That's conditioning. Marketing has mastered the art of making contentment look like failure. The sleek ads, the shiny launches, the influencers unboxing their latest must-have, it's all designed to sell one emotion, insecurity. An iPhone that costs $1,200 doesn't make your life better. It just makes Apple richer. The truth is, technology today has already surpassed most of our actual needs. But instead of satisfaction, we crave validation, and companies know it. The result? Millions of people upgrade every 2 years, not out of necessity, but out of fear of missing out. Yet if you simply kept your devices for 4 or 5 years instead of 2, you could save thousands, enough to invest, start a side business, or pay off debt faster. The wealthy understand this deeply. They buy tools, not toys. They upgrade when there's purpose, not pressure. Because in the long run, the newest gadget won't make you smarter, more productive, or more fulfilled. Discipline will. The obsession with new isn't about technology at all. It's about emotion. It's the quiet belief that happiness can be downloaded or unboxed. But every time we chase the next model, we trade long-term freedom for short-term dopamine. And it doesn't stop there. The same mindset has quietly moved into our homes. From smart fridges to designer furniture, people keep replacing what already works. Not because it's broken, but because it's last season. The next trap isn't on your wrist or in your pocket. It's sitting right there in your living room, disguised as comfort, but fueled by consumerism. 7. The lifestyle upgrade illusion. Modern life has convinced us that upgrading is progress. That branded cleaning products, $400 blenders, and financed furniture aren't luxuries, they're essentials. Everywhere we look, we're told that better living means buying better things. But look closely and you'll see the trap. We're not purchasing value, we're purchasing validation. The expensive sofa doesn't make a home more peaceful, and the premium blender doesn't make a person healthier. What they do make, quietly and consistently, is profit for the companies that sell the illusion. The truth is, we've started confusing comfort with success. We pay interest on furniture that loses value the moment it's delivered, while the rich use that same money to buy assets that grow quietly in the background: real estate, stocks, businesses. It's not that wealthy people don't enjoy nice things, they just don't let those things own them. They buy when it makes sense, not when marketing tells them to. Because they understand that appearance and wealth are two different currencies, and one of them runs out fast. Our homes may look picture perfect on Instagram, but behind the filters, many bank accounts tell a different story. A story of quiet financial stress hidden beneath curated aesthetics. The lifestyle upgrade illusion is subtle because it doesn't feel reckless, it feels deserved. But when deserve becomes a justification for debt, progress turns into paralysis. The rich don't upgrade for status, they upgrade for strategy. Every dollar has a mission, not just a moment. And that's the key difference between looking successful and becoming successful. And that leads us to the real root of it all, the mindset. Because behind every unnecessary purchase, every swipe, every "I'll just buy it later" lies the same mental pattern, a belief that money's purpose is to impress, not empower. And until that changes, no amount of income will ever be enough. 8. Status spending, the real enemy. Status spending is one of the most dangerous illusions of modern wealth. The quiet trap that keeps even high earners broke. We don't buy to live better anymore. We buy to look better. The $10,000 watch, the $70,000 car, the $2,000 handbag, these things rarely serve a functional need. What they serve is ego. They whisper, "You've made it." But here's the truth. Real success doesn't need to shout. It doesn't need validation from strangers or approval from people who will forget your outfit tomorrow. The irony is, the truly wealthy don't play that game. They don't measure value by brand names or applause. They understand that a purchase should either bring growth or bring peace. And status spending brings neither. A luxury item might offer a flash of pride, but it fades as soon as something newer, shinier, or more expensive appears. The cycle restarts, and your bank balance pays the price every single time. Meanwhile, those who build lasting wealth play an entirely different game. They buy assets, not applause. They invest in skills, networks, and opportunities that multiply over time. Their satisfaction doesn't come from what others see, but from what they're building behind the scenes. Because real power isn't about being seen, it's about being free. And that's the shift the middle class must make. From consumption to creation, from looking rich to becoming independent. Every dollar you spend to impress someone else is a dollar that could have been compounding quietly in your favor. So what's the way out? It starts with clarity, with learning how to see through the noise and rebuild your priorities from the ground up. Because the final step isn't just about saving money, it's about reclaiming control over it. And that's where true financial freedom begins. 9. The shift from impressing to building. This is where everything changes, where wealth stops being a dream and starts becoming a discipline. The real shift isn't about working harder or earning more. It's about finally realizing that you don't have to impress anyone to be successful. For too long, we've been chasing new phones, new cars, new clothes, new vacations, thinking that each upgrade would move us closer to happiness. But the truth is, the pursuit of new has quietly stolen what we already had: peace, focus, and financial security. The wealthy understand something simple yet powerful. Stop chasing the new, start keeping the useful. You don't need to live like a monk, but you do need to live with intention. Cook at home instead of paying for convenience. Keep your phone longer instead of replacing it for style. Cancel the subscriptions that no longer serve you. Buy used when it works just as well as new. Save what others waste, not because you're cheap, but because you're wise. Every small act of discipline adds up. Each conscious choice builds a foundation that flashy spending never could. The goal isn't deprivation, it's direction. When your money serves your values instead of your impulses, everything changes. You stop buying for applause and start building for freedom. Because at the end of the day, you can look rich or you can be rich, but not both. The path to true wealth isn't loud, glamorous, or filled with instant gratification. It's quiet, intentional, and deeply satisfying. It's not about showing success, it's about securing it. When you master that mindset, when you start choosing substance over status, you stop living for approval and start living for abundance. That's not just how the rich think. That's how the free live. At the end of the day, wealth isn't built by chance. It's built by choices. The world wants you to believe that happiness comes from spending, from showing, from keeping up. But those who truly make it understand something deeper. Freedom begins when you stop trading your future for the moment. Every dollar you save, every temptation you resist, every habit you refine. That's you reclaiming control over your life. Money is a tool, not a trophy. Use it to build stability, not status. Because peace of mind will always be worth more than luxury on loan. The rich aren't smarter, they're simply more intentional. They question where their money goes. They make decisions today that serve them tomorrow. So the next time you're about to spend just to feel caught up, pause and remember why you started. Build something that lasts. Choose purpose over impulse, value over vanity. If this message resonated with you, don't just move on, act on it. Like, share, and subscribe for more insights that help you build wealth quietly, wisely, and intentionally. Because true success isn't about what you show, it's about what you grow.